welcome to Creative Hearts. My name is Jemma Rosenthal, and today's topic is going to be how to get through depression and deal with procrastination as a creative, as an artist or creative. So I'm putting this into the same topic, procrastination and depression in the same topic. You may or may not be a creative or call yourself a creative. You are a creative because I believe we're all creative because we come from creation. And whether you're actually creative within your job or within your life is just a matter of how much you express that creativity. But the reason why I'm putting depression and procrastination in kind of the same topic, or talking about it as a whole, is because I've realized that sense of procrastination, if you think about the sense of what depression is and then what procrastination is, there's a sort of heaviness that comes with it, a sort of, I don't want to do it, I can't be bothered, what's the point? What's the point of life? Where am I going with this? Procrastination may seem a little bit less heavy in terms of that it doesn't have like a clinical label, and perhaps we do it more often than we see ourselves as depressed, but it has a similar tone. And I wanted to talk about this because it's so common among creative people, where we can feel really excited about ideas or have very ambitious visions and just be very optimistic about what we can create and how we can do that and how possible it is. But then sort of when we're faced with life, people, things, it becomes, I don't know, there's a tendency to feel depleted, to feel disappointed in what we're able to do, and how sometimes a lot of effort can go into something, and then once that creation's done, it's like, okay, I've got to go on to the next thing now. And it's just a sense of monotony of like, where is this leading? Where are we being taken to? And if we don't have a clear sense of where that is, then it can get very depressing and very down. And that's when procrastination feels the easiest thing to do, because, well, when it feels this difficult, why bother? Why try so hard if things are just gonna fail, or things are just gonna not turn out as you hoped? And I'm speaking on these things because I've felt them myself, and I want you to know that you're not alone if this is how you're feeling. If you're looking out into the world and you're seeing things that you don't like, feeling just alienated and isolated from the world, just know that you're not alone. So that's the first thing to remember, is in that moment of when you're feeling depressed, or when you're feeling that you are procrastinating, you're not getting on with what you feel you should be doing, the first thing to do, I'm going to put this into some easy steps for you, is remembering that you're not the only one. You're not the only person going through this. So it's almost like, it's called, I mentioned this in my last video about creating abundance and healing our financial wounds, which I'll pop below. It's from a book by Pema Condren. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right there, but she talks about Ton Glen. Again, I'm not quite sure if I've got that correct, but basically it's a Buddhist technique where you are going through something difficult, And instead of just staying in that difficult place, believing it's only you, it's expanding your consciousness out to all the other people that are going through the same thing as you or a similar thing as you. And then you send them your compassion. So just in this moment, if you're going through anything that's really hard, just actually connecting to the breath and imagining, you can close your eyes if it helps, imagining all the other people right now that are going through what you're going through. Let's say they have had dreams, they've had big dreams to make a difference in the world, to shine their light, to be of service, and it hasn't worked out for them in this moment. They don't feel good enough, they don't feel wanted, needed, supported, all these things. And just sending them love in this moment, understanding. You could even say something like, I'm sorry this is happening to you. I understand. This happened to me too. And you can even reach out your arms and imagine that you're connecting to these people right now. And you can even give yourself a big hug and imagine that they're sending it back to you and recognizing that as well. So this is the first thing that you can do, is realize that you're not the only one. The second thing that you can do is recognizing the thoughts and the feelings that are making you feel down. So it might be looking at your situation and realizing, what is the dominant feeling here? Is it loneliness? Is it feeling unsupported? Is it a sense of longing? A sense of, I want to do better, I want to be better, I want to feel known and support and valued and supported. Now, I'm saying these things, it might be something different for you, but these are the feelings that I felt as a creator, as a creative. The feelings of inadequacy. How is it taking so long? Why have I not developed a better strategy? All these things, so it's just looking at the negative thoughts, the feelings, what's swirling around in you in that moment of depression or procrastination. And then almost imagining these negative thoughts, these feelings are just in a bowl. So it takes it outside of your body and into the physical, almost like a cauldron sort of thing, like a potion cauldron. Imagine all your negative thoughts and feelings and depression and anxiety, and just imagine that it's just that you're making a pot. And if you were creating a tea for someone, you definitely wouldn't want to serve them this, because it wouldn't taste very good and it'd probably make them sick. So you can really see now what you're doing to yourself and how this is creating more sadness and worry inside of you. But you can also say to that pot, say that it's not your fault. It's not your fault that you've got this swirl of whatever it is, gunk, sadness. And you can imagine that your palms are this creative energy that you are as a creator. So you can just rub your palms and Imagine it's almost like a shimmery glitter, and you're just holding this pot and transforming it as the creative that you are, as the magical being that you are. And you might want to pick some other ingredients, so maybe sprinkle a bit of love in there and just mix it up and see what happens. See if it changes colour. Mine's sort of going like a red now, like a sparkly red is kind of swirling in there, like these flowers, which I did grow myself with help from my neighbour. So just like swirling it in, and maybe put a bit of joy, like a yellow joy just in there. And maybe it's bubbling now, you can see it bubbling. And there still might be some gross parts, but we've elevated the frequency, we've changed the vibration. So you might want to taste it a little bit. It's now like joy mixed with love, which mixed with depression. So we're just like, what can help this? So just maybe just sprinkling some forgiveness, because forgiveness transforms. So I'm imagining that my forgiveness is blue. Forgiveness transforms this into holy substance. It changes the past. It doesn't change the past in terms that we think of, like making things not happen, but it changes the past in how you perceive it. So it changes, actually, the memories actually change when you forgive, because you realize, oh, this person was going through this thing, and that's why this happened. So you can even forgive yourself for having this depression, for having this procrastination, and realize, yeah, that was really difficult for me. And just seeing that. So you might have a nice little bubbling soup now. And now you can actually return this to your body. And see how it feels. See where the depression is. And the third part is now to activate. So now you've done that part, you can just okay, see, it's moving things, it's getting things moving. You can actually shake it out, get all this energy out of your body and into action. And this is where you can then take it into that, what can I now do about it? What can I now give out to others to support them if they may be going through the same thing? What can I do to support myself? Maybe it's doing some gardening, maybe it's doing some cleaning, maybe it's going and volunteering or looking after someone or helping them out, or maybe it's, applying for some different jobs that you can be of service in, or maybe it's creating something for your business, or doing something of positive action. If you're not in the space where you're able to do that right now, stay in the first part. Just having compassion for yourself and others. That's where it starts. And then you can start making, this potion, changing it, putting in some joy, some love, and realizing that that's all there ever really was. That was who you really were to begin with. So we're not actually taking something negative and making it positive. What we're doing is we're releasing the negative to see the positive which is there already. It's like switching on a light. The things were already there when it was dark, but you couldn't see them. So I hope this video has helped you to see a little bit more light. As you can see, I'm outside because I wanted to bring in that light energy. You can see it's just dropping down on us right now. That frequency of love and compassion and wisdom. So I actually will be in a book coming out soon called Words of the Wise, and I share a bit of my journey of going through various, my spiritual journey, but I was also going through mental health and coming out the other side, you know. I actually was in hospital, so I do know what it feels like to be completely depressed and completely feeling like there isn't any hope. And I still go through that now sometimes. So that's why I'm doing this video, is because I understand that feeling of hopelessness and how easy it is to stay there. And I want to encourage anyone that is there, if you're there right now, that it can get better. And it can get worse again, but then it can get better again. And it doesn't have to be a straight line, you know. Recovery doesn't have to be a straight line. But it does go up. And it does. It's expanding. It's like creating a space for healing to occur. It's not about fixing a problem. It's about creating that space for healing to occur. And reaching out to others and letting you know that you're with them. Okay? If you want to work with me to help change that energy, that frequency of depression and procrastination, or whether it's anxiety or whatever it is that you're going through, and then turn it into creative power, creative wisdom, creative truth, then I do one-on-ones, and you can work with me. We can have a chat together, a clarity call, creative clarity call for free, and then we'll talk about whether the sessions are for you and whether you want to work further. I've worked with many people where they've started in a place of procrastination, of depression, and then they've moved through to a place where they're connecting once again. And I actually worked with someone, and then a few years later I saw them again, and they told me how much their life had improved and how grateful they were. Just to have even just one session with me had really improved their life. So just so you know that support is available. And also, if you would like to donate to my music and videos so that I can continue to make these for you, there is a PayPal link that I'll drop below, and a birthday fundraiser if that's still available as well. I'll drop the links. If that's finished, then use the PayPal one. So we can continue to support creative life force and bringing this joy into the world. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me at Jemma Rosenthal. My music pages is also on YouTube, and you can follow me at creativehearts.coach. Remember that you're worthy and you're lovable, and you can create the life you love. Anyone that wants to be on a spiritual journey, of course, I only can. There is after I always really struggle with this bit. It's okay to charge for my work. That's my mantra. It's okay to charge for my work.